Hey everybody, Rich Lang with Prep U down here in the bunker, and this is your second bi-monthly monthly update for the month of January of 2021. So what do we got for you? Well, we've got some firearm news and legislation. I got a new product. It's not really a new product, kind of a cool product. Well, little things that I want to talk to you about this new product that you need to think about when you go out and purchase this type of a product. We're going to talk about new video series that we're doing, why I carry. Oh wait, what? Kind of an interesting one. Ammo update. There is no ammo update. There's no ammo. Nowhere. Unless you want to pay ridiculous prices for it. Wait. They're manufactured, don't worry. I got a special shout out today to one of our newest representatives from the state of Colorado. Some shout outs to my subscribers that have made comments, and if by the end of this video I can think of any final thoughts, I'll have some final thoughts. So let's get into it. All right. So, as we always do, we always talk about the NICS reports from the month before. And you all know that they've been getting more and more every month. Well, December was exactly the same as the month before, and the month before that, and the month before that. 2020 was an amazing year. December 2020 NICS numbers total were 3,937,066 checks. That's up 22% from 2019. And that's pretty much how it's been almost the whole year up from before. Actual background checks of those were 1,906,916 checks, and that's basically for firearm purchases. All right. A total of 21 million firearms were sold in 2020, up 60% from 2019. Can you understand why the shelves are empty? Yeah, it pretty much tells you why the shelves are empty. All right, we got some other gun numbers from the NRA off of one of their publications. And this is regards to, they produced this because of some firearm legislation that the new administration is pushing forward, and that is the registering of all semi-automatic rifles that hold more than 10 rounds. And what they're going to do with that registration is when you register your 1, 2, 3, 4 firearms, then every year they're going to send you a tax bill for $200 per 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 firearms of $200. And then if you want to buy any magazines that are larger than 10 rounds, there's going to be a $200 tax. That's what they want to do on every magazine you purchase. And basically, the NRA took a look at, there are 19,800,000 roughly AR-style rifles owned in America right now. 48% of all firearms sold in 2018 were ARs. Okay, it's a great platform. It's an easy platform. We all know that. It's easy to work with. If you have a malfunction, and quick and easy to take care of right off the bat. 2019 firearm productions U.S., 3.6 million handguns, 480,000 shotguns, 2 million rifles. 2019 firearm imports, all right, 2.3 million handguns, 678,000 shotguns, and 301 rifles came into the United States. All right, I'm leading somewhere here, so don't lose it, all right? So, with Biden's proposed $200 per tax for firearms that hold more than 10 rounds, all right, semi-automatic that hold more than 10 rounds, that comes to an annual tax to the government of $34 billion. Let that sink in for a little bit. $34 billion from firearm owners, rifles and pistols that hold more than 10 rounds in the magazines. So, yeah. So like I said before, and also $200 tax every time you go. And since you bought that new AR, which costs you $200 every year, you're going to need magazines for it, and it's going to cost you $12 for the magazine and $200 in federal tax. And I don't know if you have to register those or not. And pay $200 tax every month on your magazines. Wouldn't that be lovely? Now, if they're, no, I'm not even going to go there. So, like I said before, and this has come from the ISRA, 21 million firearms sold. 40% of the 21 million firearms were sold to women. Okay, and we all know that a firearm is the great equalizer for women. I mean, you talk about, I don't care how big the woman is, the assailant is always bigger, or there's more of them, and the firearm truly is the equalizer for the woman. African Americans purchased 58% more firearms than any previous years. Many of those were African American women. Well, let's face it, African American women have a tendency to live in more crime-prone areas, so it makes sense that they would be arming themselves to protect themselves and their children. Let's see, the final tally was 8.4 million new gun owners in the United States, which is pretty amazing. For the year, there were 39, almost 40 million NICS checks. Okay, that doesn't mean 40 million guns. We already talked about that. It also means that when you get a FOID card, if you live in a state that gets a FOID card, or if you need a concealed carry license, there's also a NICS background check done on you to make sure that you can own those. And of course, like we've talked before, if there's that many more firearm owners, there's going to be that much more glut on the ammunition produced, and ammunition producers didn't realize that. What they're saying, though, for 2021, ammunition production is going to be up 33% across the board. And a lot of that's going to be coming from Vista Outdoors. They just bought Remington, and they're getting their factories up and running. So you're going to see a lot of Remington ammo coming out. I saw an ad, a couple days ago for one of Remington's well-known shotgun loads for bird hunting is coming back out. So I don't know if Vista's going to run all that with the Remington name on it, or I would assume they would. They own other, they own CCI and Blazer and a couple other things. I believe. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But when they purchased them, they kept that name on it. So they may keep the Remington name on that. It was good. Remington was a good firearm. Illinois. This is for you in Illinois. The 101st General Assembly has gavelled out for the last time. Right now, they're currently on break. It seems like they're always on break, although it's for all of us, it's always better when legislators are at home and not making new laws, because the last thing we need is more laws. And that include Senate Bill 1966, and those of you in Illinois knew how horrible Senate Bill 1966 was, and it was going to cost residents of Illinois a lot of money if they wanted to keep their FOID cards and their concealed carry license and buy firearms and ammunition in the state of Illinois. So thank goodness that is gone and done. But the first bill introduced in the 102nd General Assembly, of course, is a gun bill. It's House Bill 0001, the Ileana Task Force Firearm Violence. It's a Task Force Firearm Violence. It was just introduced in Springfield, and so here we go. So they're already going after legally owned firearms, I'm sure. So as we all know, here's also from the ISRA. The NRA has filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and that's they used to be housed, or their main office was in New York. They've been in New York for, I don't know, since 1871 when the NRA started. If you guys remember what the NRA really was, their big push was to help newly freed slaves keep their independence, and taught firearm classes, well, not classes, but taught the newly owned slaves that had their own property, how to protect themselves and how to use a firearm, and gave a lot of firearms out to African Americans in the South. And that's how they were able to, protect themselves and keep their small plot of lands that they were given after they were freed. But anyhow, I digress. Sorry about that. Anyhow, so it's just a protection from creditors. It's not, complete bankruptcy. Actually, the NRA is moving to Texas. Don't know why they haven't been in Texas all along, but that's neither here nor there. So they're currently relocating, restructuring in the NRA in Texas, but we're all going to be better off once they get up and running. Everybody likes to go to the SHOT Show. Never been. One of these days I'd like to go, but it's canceled for this year. So due to COVID, 2021 SHOT Show will be canceled. That's unfortunate. So look for even more people wanting to go in 2022. An interesting announcement from Savage Arms. They have a new rifle out. It's called the Impulse rifle. It looks like a bolt action rifle, but it's actually a straight pull. So I haven't seen it. I need to go to their website and take a look at it and see what it's like. So you know what I like about the ISRA bulletin every week? They always have at the back little like tidbits. And here's a couple tidbits for you. January 24th, 1848, gold was discovered at Sutter's Creek in California, and that is the gold rush that really brought a lot of people to California. But did you know that Sutter's land was overrun by prospectors, killing his cattle and destroying his fields? Sutter never recovered, never profited, and he died broke in 1880. Wow. But here's a better one on better news. On January 24th, 1935, canned beer is sold for the first time. Right? Is that awesome or what? January 24th, 1935, canned beer is sold for the first time. Pretty cool, But there you go. All right. New products. It's not really a new product. You guys all know this. I mean, a lot of you guys and gals are backpackers. You keep a lot of food on hand that's freeze-dried and stuff. But I was at Cabela's the other day, and since you can't find ammo or anything, firearm related at a Cabela's or a Bass Pro or even Shoot Point Blank anymore, I found lots of these, lots of meals. And they actually had like 4 or 5 different brands. I also go to REI and get mine. But when you go buy these, don't buy the teriyaki chicken of anybody. Okay, maybe you like it. My son loves it. Brian loves the teriyaki chicken. I can't handle it. But this is chicken fried rice with green peas, onions, carrots, and mushrooms, and it's freeze-dried. So it's really lightweight. It's great, and this is for 2 people. But when you buy this stuff, just an idea, check the date on the back. So I was looking at 2 different brands, and this was $1.50 more, so I think it was like $9.85, and the other one was in the sevens. So I looked at the date, and because that's the big thing about it. If you're going to stockpile stuff like this, you want to make sure that it's going to last for a while. I checked the date on the other stuff, and I think it was a 2028 date. This one, best by October 2050. I'll be dead, and this stuff will still be good. So, that's pretty crazy. Well, I hope I'm not dead. I hope I'm still backpacking. Anyhow, but watch your dates on the back here. And like I've told you before, when you go shopping at any place, big lot stores, or not big lot, but, like Sam's or whatever, even grocery stores, go to the back. Go all the way to the back of the item, because you're going to find dates that are longer. So they pull like a can of peas, and it might expire in December of 2022. You might find another can of peas in the back, December 2023. Watch your dates. Watch your dates on everything you buy. You might also find stuff that's already been expired. So you got to be real careful with that. So there's that. But yeah, there you go. New product. Speaking of this new product here, I bet you're all wondering, what does this taste like? Is it any good? I don't know. Could be. How does it taste? Well, guess what? We are going to start a new video series after this next snowstorm comes through. I think in a couple weeks we're going to start it. And we're going to call it, How Does It Taste? So we're actually going to take freeze-dried food like this, and we're going to cook it. We're going to cook it for you right on video, and we're going to try it and see what it tastes like. And yes, if you want me to try teriyaki chicken, I'm bringing my son in. And our son, and he can stand right next to me and he can eat it and tell you what he thinks of it. But how we're going to do this, we're also going to show you the different stoves that we have for backpacking and for camping and stuff like that. So you'll be able to see how the stoves work, and you'll get to eat these. Also, I've got up there in those things right there, some older MREs from the government that has the heat packs in it. We're going to cook some of those, give it a try, give it a taste, and see what it's like. I'm not looking for stuff from World War II or World War I that I'm going to try to eat. It's not going to happen. But that's the new video series coming out. All right, why I carry. Here's a story from I don't know if it's USCCA's magazine or the NRA. Oregon. An armed citizen saw a man shooting at a vehicle with someone inside. He intervened, wounding the shooter in the shoulder and leg, ending the attack. Police investigated and found the assailant was shooting at his girlfriend, who was unhurt, thank God. So the assailant was taken to the hospital and then patched up and then taken to jail at that moment. So what are our takeaways from this? Obviously, always carry. Intervene if you can. All right. Remember, you might be with somebody, your wife, your son, your daughter, and that's not the time to intervene. If you're by yourself, go ahead and do it. And you shoot till the threat is eliminated. All right. We don't shoot to kill. We don't shoot to wound. We shoot to eliminate the threat. So there you go. That's why I carry. All right. From the Wait What? I don't know how many of you guys watch Tucker Carlson. I have a tendency to watch him as often as I can. It's the only thing worth watching on Fox anymore for me. But the other day, and I printed this out because I was more interested in the whole thing. Tucker Carlson reveals emails sent to ICE officers after Biden's deportation order. Quote, release them all immediately, unquote. All right. So he talked about this on his show the other day. And this email came from Biden's first day in office when he put a 100-day pause on deportations for some undocumented immigrants. Well, I guess there was so much confusion at the government, they didn't know what to do, and somebody at some point above the DHS guys on the border and running in having these detainment camps, he somehow inadvertently said, just release them all. And it was like, and the Border Patrol agent said, what? And there was just mass confusion, and they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what the order from Biden meant or what they were going to do. So they rescinded that order. So luckily no one was released. So that's a good thing. Hey, special shout out. Lauren Balbert from Colorado, or should I say Representative Lauren Balbert from Colorado's 3rd District. She's a brand new representative. And if you remember her, she is the one that informed the Sergeant-at-Arms that she would be carrying when she came to Washington, because she always has. And he said, well, why do you need to carry? She goes, because I weigh 100 pounds and I'm 5'2", and a firearm is a woman's great equalizer when it comes to threats. And she said, I'm just going to. It's my constitutional right. So I'm basically what I'm saying is good for you. It is a constitutional right, and we need more of our representatives and senators standing up for us. If you remember, she is also the person before she decided to run for office, confronted Beto O'Rourke in Aurora, Colorado, and he told her point blank, yes, we are coming for your firearms. And now this was I think this was before he dropped out of the race for the Democratic candidate. So, but he's still that way, and although I think he's transportation secretary now. So, anyhow, Lauren, good luck. Represent Colorado well, and the rest of us, we appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Shout outs to all my subscribers. All right, here we go. Mars 1877 asked about shooting green tips at point blank, and unfortunately I had to say no. It's one of our banned ammos. It is Lapua 338 is you know, anything like 50 BMG is you just can't shoot that. All right. Sox, Chicago W Sox 212 and I had a great conversation about gun control legislation. That was a very good talk. I thought that was cool. Catfish Stalker liked our firearms legislation special report. Obviously, there's going to be many more of those to come, you know, just to keep you guys informed on what's going on. James A. commented that prepping is so much more than just stockpiling food. And James A., like I said to you, absolutely it is. It's actually, it's a state of mind. You have to be prepared all the time. You have to be totally immersed in it. You can't do it half-ass. It's more than just the food. It's everything. And looking at our videos, you can tell it's more than just the food. D-Rex, she made a few great comments. Thank you as always. All right, Connie, as always, thank you. Mars 1877 again made a few algorithm comments. Thank you. Appreciate that. Jenny 0278 commented on prepping for your pet. And she said, you know what? It's much easier with a dog. And I agree. Totally easier with a dog. And yeah, so those are the comments. Thank you very much. Really no final thoughts, just thinking about the storm that's coming and hoping everybody is prepared. The Midwest is supposed to be getting 4 to 12 inches going all the way to New York. And hopefully you're prepared and you're ready for the storm and you stay home safe. Or if you have to work, you're prepared to get to work and back again. So that's it for our second of January bi-monthly reports. All right, take care. See you later. As always, be aware of your surroundings. Make sure you have enough food, whether you have to evacuate or you are sheltering in place. And also prep like your life depends on it, because it does.